You're not broken. You are not too far gone. And healing is not straight line. It's scared fight. Hi, my name is Fresha Lichu, and today I want to share the truth that nobody tells you about healing after trauma. Because if you are tired of pretending to be okay, this is the place for you. So what is trauma really? Trauma doesn't always look like a scar. Sometimes it's the silence in the room that is very loud. It's over-explaining yourself. It's crying when you are supposed to be celebrating. It's smiling even when your chest feels like it's caving in on you. Let's be honest, trauma can make you forget who you were before the pain. You start questioning your worth, doubting your voice, and dimming your light so others can feel comfortable. It is so sad that this happens, and sometimes you even make it your identity. I don't like this. I don't do that. It becomes a part of you, and in some cases you even start believing it's who you are. The pain becomes deeper, sharper, more like blending into who you are supposed to be. And reality of the situation is that's not the truth. The reality is greater than that. The reality is your identity is greater than that. But the pain, the trauma blinds you into believing otherwise. But here's the thing, trauma doesn't define you. It just interrupts your story. And healing is how you take back your story. The truth about healing here is something that you would not believe. People say time heals all wounds. That's a lie. Time doesn't heal, intention does. Doing the work does that. Sometimes the work looks like crying in your kitchen or bathroom. Sometimes it looks like unfollowing people who don't respect your boundaries. Sometimes it's saying no without explaining yourself. Sometimes healing is messy. It's uncomfortable. You will outgrow people. You will outgrow versions of you, but you will also discover strength you didn't even know you had. I promise you that. You have to allow yourself to discover, to grow, to reinvent, to reintroduce yourself, because sometimes the first version you showed wasn't really you. In fact, sometimes the person you presented the first time was a shadow, wasn't really the truth. So you have to allow yourself to rediscover, to reinvent, to reintroduce yourself over and over until you tell the truth about who you are. Before the pain, before the disaster, before the trauma, before the ordeal that may have changed your mindset to be something else, before the addiction, before that particular thing that changed you. Allow yourself to get back to who you are, the fearless version of you, the open version of you that was willing to learn, that was willing to see new things, that was willing to reopen their hearts and mind to learning, to growing, to changing your environment, to becoming better than that version of you, not to remove from who you were meant to be in the first place. Healing is possible. Start small. Take back your morning. Speak kindly to yourself. Get therapy if you can. Journal. Talk to Jesus. Cry in his presence. Let him hold what you can't carry. Let him hold you. And please stop waiting for an apology that may never come. Closure isn't given, it's chosen. You deserve peace. Not because they said sorry, but because you finally chose you. Your story is just beginning, it isn't over. And that means that story is still unfolding. You didn't survive all that pain just to settle for numbness. You survived so that one day your story could become someone else's survival guide. So tell that story. Remember that pain. Tell that story as it was. It's your reality. It happened to you. You felt it. It gave you pain. It gave you immense changes. And these changes, you need to remember them. You need to remember those moments. You see the way someone wants to remember that eureka moment that gave them the greatest joy of their life? That pain that a mother remembers when they gave birth to their child, and they can tell that story, how it happened, no matter how painful it was. You need to remember your pain that gave birth to this version of you. And remember that you are the person that's stronger than that pain. You went through it. You came out of it. In fact, the devil may have thought they won, or the evil one may have thought they took everything from you, but when you came out of it, you won. You won. You took the strength, you took the lessons, you took the everything that came with that lesson that you're holding right now. It's not shame, it's strength, it's encouragement, it's a great achievement, because most people will never understand what you went through. You will explain it, you will show them, they will feel it, because you are telling it from the heart, soul, and mind. And this is going to become someone else's survival guide. Their story, their story of how they realized that this wasn't what they were meant to be, what they were meant to do, because you went through it and came out of the other side stronger, braver, and with more knowledge than anyone would ever understand. And when you tell it, someone will know that now is the time to stop. Start healing and save someone else's life, because you have survived, or you have come out of that situation. You see, recently I was listening to this Diddy trial saga that is all over social media, and I was feeling like it took one person who is now Cassie Ventura. This lady went through so much in the hands of Diddy, and many people went through those same hands. It took one person to speak, and the whole world's eyes were open. If you are from a distant country, from the US and all that, you know that you've looked at these people as successful individuals. You looked at these people like people who have made it in life, and clearly that's what we saw. We didn't see anything otherwise, because look, we get to see the red carpet, the Met Gala, and all these things that we get to be shown. Before this particular event, we thought they lived a perfect life. Turns out, no. Interestingly enough, I do not know if she didn't speak, this would have continued, probably even in a bigger arena, where now the internet is open and people are willingly walking into things that they don't even understand, and now you're stuck and you can't say or do anything because you're afraid of yourself, your family members, and even people who are evil threaten you without telling you anything. And you get to see that, and you protect your wrongdoers, not because you want to, but because there's a lot more for you to lose than they have. Look at Diddy. He had nothing to lose. His mother was by his side, and it looks like she was in on a lot of nonsense, a lot of evil, a lot of bad things, and therefore Diddy had nothing to lose. He was supported. I mean, today, if you want to do anything, there's one person that will never leave your side. Your partner, your parents, they will always welcome you with an open. But where I come from now, if you're doing something evil, our parents will beat you black and blue, grown or not grown. They will disown you, and if that's not enough, they will even jail you, because they want a better life for you. That's not what they gave birth to you to do, and they know better than to let you ruin your life by simply following pleasures of this world. Before this, according to what I'm hearing from all these trials that I'm hearing and listening to, is this guy was just living his lusts in this world. He was exploring his evil desire, his deranged acts. He was practicing anything that the devil threw in his mind. He was literally up for practicing it, and he would take innocent people without asking for their consent. And those who rejected it, they were threatened directly, indirectly, in quietness, in this whole way of showing you. It's like killing a bird and throwing it at your window so that you see it and you know there's something more than just a bird being dead at your window. I have seen that too in those things. So it's not as easy as you would have left if you wanted to, and it's easier to blame the people that went to the parties. But look, they didn't know. They saw a star, someone to bring their life's dream to come true. And unfortunately, in the inside, that was not the case. Aside from all that, you are proof that trauma may shape us, but it doesn't own us. And if no one told you this lately, I am proud of you for still showing up, for trying, for breathing through the aches. Healing is not about forgetting what happened. You should never. It's about remembering who you are despite what happened. If this spoke to you, don't just scroll away. Share this video with someone who might actually need it. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel so that I can be able to share more stories that inspire people's life. We are healing loudly together. Let someone see your story and let them feel it. Let them understand what you went through so that they can avoid that scenario in their life. Let me see you in the next video.